then I was still doing the same thing, still like pushing the car into the street, starting it. And on the night that the wreck happened, this was crazy. This was like a real like wake up moment for me. And this was the point that I started to like change my life. And I'm very lucky I survived this, but I pushed the car out into the street and it won't start. So now I have a totally turned off, like blacked out, like no lights on car that won't start. And I was like, that should have been my sign to be like, this isn't the night, you know? But like my stubborn teenage ass was like, nah, I'm going, right?
Yes.
Like there was, this was in University of Kentucky, was in the national championship. So University of Kentucky in Lexington, which is the town adjacent to mine, was going nuts. I was going to college parties in high school, like type shit. Like I was a bad kid. And so I get it started. I go pick my friend up. We go to Lexington. We're partying. We're fucking it up. We're fucking it up on State Street. We're coming back. He's picked up a chick. I'm blitz. Like I can't even see straight. I give the keys to him. And statute of limitations passed on this, so it doesn't matter anymore. But I checked before I came. 10 years, and now it's 23, and this was 2012.
Go.
So I gave him the keys, and he drove us home, and I passed out on the way back. And I passed out completely. I was like out cold. And when I woke up, we were spinning. And everybody in the car was screaming, so I started screaming, and I'm like, oh, and then like, boom, impact, and I blacked out again from the impact of the car. And we had gone off of, he had decided when we got back to our town fine, like we got back fine, and then he was like, oh, I want to go on a dip, which is like where you go and drive in the country and like smoke blunts and like listen to music loud and drive fast or whatever. So he's driving fast and took this corner too fast, and we spun 360 backwards into a tree in a ditch. And I was in the front passenger seat. My friend that was driving, and we had another friend who was behind me. And the way that we hit this side of the car, the rear driver's side, completely collapsed in. And if this guy who was sitting behind me had been sitting behind my friend who was driving, literally would have been crushed and killed to death. He only had a bloody nose. Yeah, it was crazy. We couldn't open the doors. We had to crawl out of the windows, walk like 2 miles back on a country road to get back to town. And yeah, that was the point. That walk home, that like several mile walk home was the first time I was just like, what am I doing? Like, whoa, like this has just gotten completely out of hand.
Yeah.